Okay, last week we had introduced about the IoT two important applications. One is for street light, Another is the driverless car, These two important parts. And I think today you join the class, you will be regular to attend the class. So today maybe we need to make some, I think about 2 people, a group, 2 students a group. Not because we have some implementation due to some material, you can have another one to discuss it, how to use it, And another is in our class, Christine Dewi. Will be our PA, teaching assistants. So if you have question, you can ask also can ask the Christine. Christine, his date is
M208.
208. His date is on M. M is this building, M208, M208, Christine. So let's continue for the course. Now we can find. Here introduced is the IoT have many applications, and that is make intelligent system for more connected to the world, And then we can find that, for example, here is car connection. And here is industry connection, IoT, industry connection. So currently many industry have connect to the IoT. This IoT may be on the internet, may be on the intranet. Intranet is the local network, because for some company or industry security problem. And then on the medical, when we make some testing or make some check that have a data, have a great data. The medical data is different with some other data because for image and medical, their resolution is very high. That one file, just only one file, that may be more than 100 mega, even near a giga file, because their resolution is very, very high for clear to find the body, your any question. And then we also connection with our daily life. For example, the retail. Retail is means that you may buy something or go to the some department or apartment, and then also on the some device for personalized. For example, in education, for the meeting, for the many applications. So have a communication, retire vehicle, industry, medical, and many of them need to do the connection and manage, and also need to consider the security problem. This is the IoT. IoT. So IoT have many benefits currently, but IoT also have some complexity. Now maybe we can have need to find a new business model, or to set up the partner ecosystem. Ecosystem here means that need to incorporate with some partner together to do something, share to do something, and application interface need to be designed, and application central infrastructure. Infrastructure means if we want to do the IoT, we also have an environment for set up the environment for IoT. IoT. For example, a period of time that ZigBee is popular in industry. ZigBee is one kind of device that do the communication, and a period of time that RFID, that the infrastructure we need to construct, the network connection. So if we want to do some business model, then we need to have infrastructure, have a platform, and then based on this platform, we can have some applications that can be used, for IoT. But the infrastructure construct, we also need to have some sensor and device to get the data, to get the data, and then we can have business innovations. The innovation can be through the data integration, 资料整合, can be the big data, data analysis, and data control system application integration. So that is great applications, and also need to combine with the cloud. Now many big companies set up the cloud applications. The cloud can be used. The cloud can be used for different applications. Like do the connective service and so on. Like the Uber has some application also based on the cloud. And then we introduce about another concept now also important, about the IoT. Cloud is here, and then here have below the cloud. If we from the natural, from the environment, on the sky, we can rise our head, we can see the cloud. Below the cloud, maybe have a fog. Fog in Chinese we mean the 雾, 云雾的雾. And then below the fork, we can have some device here. Then every device, in fact, here is the fins. Means the fins can connect it to the cloud, also can connect it to the fork. And the fork then connect to the cloud. So here we can find a little idea is like hierarchy, 有一点阶层。Cloud is on the top. Then we maybe have a fork. But sometimes, some people, some researchers say that below the cloud, we can have more because fork still high. Can have some device is more close to the device, close to the user. That is we said that is edge. Edge. So means the edge computing also an important topic. So on the left side, the thing is hardware, but only sends the data. But the right side, the fork is a screen, different type of display. That means display can show for people, for some user. So this user at each side, he can understand other side information, the IoT device informations, and can get the data. The data, if need to process, also can by cloud. Email is our important cloud we use every day. For example, I want to send data or send information to you. I can buy the email, and the email have a store in the cloud side. For example, when we use the Gmail to mail a message, the Gmail also store a copy in the cloud. You can find this. If our IoT device sends the data, then make some operation can notice us that what happened. So for computing and the service, the emergence internet of the IoT, which cloud service have helped to create need for fog computing. Also someone said that don't need the fog, just direct to cloud. But on the user side, we just use the edge. So that sometimes you find the edge. But some people say it's 3D, that the cloud, fog, and then edge. Okay, so data processing occurs in the path at the network edge, anywhere along the cloud to endpoint continuing. That means that on each side also can make some computing. Best meet user requirement rather than completed in a relatively small number of mass cloud. But sometimes at what condition we use the edge and what condition we use the cloud. We need to have some idea. If the one is from the user side, we can find the user is here. The user is here. He used the watch. This is maybe the Garmin watch or Apple watch. Apple watch. This watch that collect the user body information by an app, and then store on the maybe just only on the watch. Because sometimes maybe the Apple Watch is not connected to the cloud. So at that situation, that all the data is stored in the in your watch. As we know, now this year Apple Watch will have a new release. We know that Apple Watch, previously when we use the Apple Watch, we need to have an iPhone device because the Apple Watch will connection with iPhone, and then all operation can be used. If you have no iPhone, just only have Apple Watch, your Apple Watch cannot work well. Just only look what time is it. Many apps cannot be used. But this year, that Apple released the new product, Apple Watch, that have idea is independent with the iPhone, but just based on the recently release, I'm not sure, but this is the some idea. So here, user have data. User can look the interface. Now this is two direction. So here we can find like the different app stored on maybe just only on your cell phone, just only on your computer or cell phone. Then your computer and cell phone is like an edge, So what is the edge? We can say if your cell phone not connect to the cloud, not connect to the internet, then your cell phone currently can be the edge, can be also is the edge, because cell phone currently have a high computing ability, and then the cloud computing. Cloud computing means that when the edge data collected and then by the network, this is maybe Wi-Fi or some wireless that connect to the maybe on the some cloud, some company big warehouse to store the data. So this is edge with cloud, the different. So cloud and edge computing service, we can find the high, if the data need to high sensitivity and the frequency of data transaction is high. So data in this area is most suitable for edge computing. So what kind of data suitable for edge computing, when you use the game, IoT, there's some intelligent transport AR, and then because they need to have a high sensitivity and transaction, it need to be very high, and then so store on the edge cloud computing edge. But if our data is centralized cloud computing, that like the email, like we use the search, that is low sensitivity and low frequency of data transaction, data transactions. So you can have an easy idea to find at what condition edge service is needed, what condition cloud service is better. So for computing the cloud address, latency concern, device image process and storage capability and battery life, and then the network bandwidth constraint and cost, may security and privacy concern rise from the emergency IoT. This is the cloud. So the background topic of the fog or edge computing, that because maybe for the security problem, we don't like our data on cloud. We hope our data can store on local. Or some company, they are not believe the data stored on the cloud, because you store on cloud have maybe someone management your data or hacker enter the system, he can retrieve your data. Then for security, that we need to have some edge idea or some fork system inside in your company. So you need to filter some data is important, cannot share, cannot store on cloud. Some data is okay to store on cloud. That is based on maybe some policy, and then combined with IT technology to separate. In this part, also have many research on this, how to separate the data and how to transfer data. When the data transfer to cloud, there may be make some security, make some encoding, and then store. Okay. So enable the source and service of computing, storage, networking, and control be distributed close to the user. Software distribution for various application cannot be hosted by both server. Example, image processing package for reprocessing image in video surveillance application， 就是视讯监控，视讯监控的服务，OK。So the operating system and the associated service to reduce the round-trip latency. Equipment outsourcing such as storage, hardware, server, and networking components can also be provided through the fog server. It can be offered through nearby fog server. This is here is similar to the edge computing that based on someone use fog replace edge, but someone said edge is other type. So it complements the cloud-enabled computing, will make the most sense. Many new problem rising enable for computing and service, create a fertile ground for research and innovation. So we use this flow, this to show that on this side is cloud, for cloud. On this side is for the fog. Fog may be the end-to-end, end-to-end. End-to-end on IoT means that machine to machine. That end-to-end then have a human-machine interface. Then that based on the data update. In here, he said the data need to be processed. When we get the data, need to process millisecond or sub-second. Millisecond means very quickly. Is 1,000 millisecond is a second. Is a second. So if the data need to quickly respond, that cloud is not very suitable. And then the data is second, second to update, or minute to day to update, and then month to update. Month to update that can be on the cloud because maybe one period of time we just do the update. So we can find the small thing internet. That here is many embedded system and sensor. Embedded system in Chinese we said that the 嵌入式系统，嵌入系统，嵌入式，that the smart thing network, that maybe can be a local area network, just use the sensor connection. Sensor connection can do the thing is machine to machine, sensor to sensor, sensor to sensor. And then have a multi-service, that is the edge, edge. And then based on the edge, we can have connect to the core network, core network. Core network here have consider security network service multicasting. Multicasting means that the data can be multiple delivered. And then on the top is the data center cloud to management. So we can find from here, data is from sensor to detect, and then transfer to edge to do the processing. The edge connect to the network, and then the network can put the data on the warehouse, on the warehouse. That is step and level. So the edge computing is a distributed computing. If it's computational is larger or complete performed on the distributed service node. The infamous edge refers to the geography distribution of the computing node in network as Internet of Things device, such as the edge of the enterprise, metropolitan, and other network. So edge computing, if you are interested, or if your research is related to edge computing, you can on Wiki that have a clear define. We just say that the motivation is to provide server research, data analysis, and AI close to the data collection source and cyber physical systems such as smart sensors and actuators. What is the cyber physical system? Cyber physical in Chinese we said that 虚实整合 cyber and physical. Cyber means maybe the idea, maybe the thinking, maybe the not real, but you can see. Physical is real. The cyber system famous that previous we said the Pokemon, 那个宝可梦 we go to outside to find the Pokemon. Pokemon is not real. He's the cyber object, but he combined with environment. Maybe on the road, on the deck, or at some place. But that place is physical. So we combine the cyber with physical. We said the cyber physical system. So edge computing is seen as important in realization of physical computing, smart city, ubiquitous computing, and that the Internet of Things. So edge computing is related to the concept of the wireless sensor network, intelligent and context-aware network, and smart object in the context of human computing, computer interaction. Here has a term, context-aware network. Context-aware network means the environment that he understand the context. Context means in Chinese we said the 环境认知 context aware. Internet of Things and edge computing are well classified as disciplines of others. But edge computing is more concerned with computing performed at the edge of network and systems where the Internet of Things delivery imply a strong focus on data collection and communication over network. So here is give us the explain about what is Internet of Things, what is edge computing. So Internet of Things is combined with sensor to detect environment data. Edge computing is focused on the computing after you get the data. Okay. So they have a different pipeline. Both the pipeline is instrument to nascent first industry revolution, and we say industry 4.0, 工业4.0, which are predicted to improve product design and industry feedback by providing manufacturer with parliamentary and use information that can help us, especially now is 5G years. So the edge computing, the IoT became more important than ever. That we need to understand that to help drive predict analysis and user behavior analysis, in turn allowing future product and product update based on the customer insight. And then they can quickly respond. Today I will show some like product that released recently. That may be just a prototype. That quickly to respond this. So edge computing related fog computing have been proposed as environment-friendly alternative to the prevalence of cloud computing in data center. So we can find Internet of Things here, smart device, smart vehicle, connection system. Edge here, real-time data processing, local processing. The cloud is big data processing, data warehouse. I think this figure that us quickly to understand the difference with the Internet of Things, the edge computing, their focus is different. So edge computing allows data from Internet of Things device to be analyzed at the edge of network before being sent to the data center or cloud. So we have many different kinds of the edge device. And then if you want to have a fog level, here is a fog, and then is cloud, So this figure is also clear to let us to know what IoT the step to do. We can find the left side is the device. This is customer edge, network edge, network integration, aggregation point. Aggregation means the combined, collected data, and then by pair code, and then to the data storage, the store and to the private network, and finally here, and many like Microsoft Azure, Amazon, Google Cloud is here. And on this side is the edge computing tools at this side. This may be customer edge, network edge, more detailed. Okay, this is the topic we talk about the introduction to the edge. But after all this, I hope you find another file is I hope to introduce of some concept, but this is introduced based on information management, because we don't need to many maybe hardware knowledge, but just the concept of 5G. 5G. And before this, we just do this. This is the Chinese, but I think that is new news. New news because the information is from the July or from the September 22. This is also the IoT applications. I just explained, but you can see from that is on the newspaper introduced that in Taiwan. In Taiwan, they have made some product. This product is like this. Here is a girl or a man. That he can stand here. That have a camera that can detect. He can suggest you which clothes that for your wedding is better. Maybe you go to different place. You can have the different clothes. So this is the system. But how to calculate it? The clothes may be, for example, they can connect with the clothes company that have some product that you just on the internet you can try. Another, there are many good features for you. It can calculate automatic at what situation or how to adjust it is best for you to take a photo. Okay. So the computation is where? The computation is based on this machine, this character. So this is also the edge computing applications. Because this machine may be not connected to the cloud, but this machine he can detect the environment and detect your face and your body and take a suitable distance. So in Chinese he said that this is AI machine that uses the clone to do this. It can take many different kind of picture for you, and then to take the best situation that you like. Okay, but this is sometimes why the IoT became more and more important. The data, I introduced this part is come from this website. You can reference. So here we introduce about 5G technology. So 5G with IoT is have an important relationship. And how fast is 5G? Is the difference between 4G and 5G? What are the 5G use cases? and when is 5G coming, and where is it available? What does it mean for consumer and operators? Will IG technology will be secure? Secure also an important topic. So we can find this figure. This figure is interesting. That the traditional our cell phone, that usually based on 3G and 4G. But now for 5G, we can develop not just only the cell phone, the car connect to the internet, connect to the network became important. The daily life, the house management, here you need to draw a medical, and the power system became more important. So 5G that we have better applications. Okay, let's take a break, and please also find a partner that can do